I want to say good morning. Thank y'all guys for being here. I appreciate y'all coming for this update. We're going to be talking about a case we've been investigating for a long time. On August 1st of 2024, at about 9:38 a.m., the San Angelo Police Department responded to the 3200 block of Southland Boulevard. Officers arrived that day to discover a 23-year-old female who was identified as Isabella Rodriguez, as that she was deceased. There were signs of this being a drug overdose. I've been a first responder for over 25 years. Addiction is one of the most challenging struggles in any family. Fentanyl, in particular, is what we're going to be talking about today, is a very dangerous drug. And I want people to know that addiction can find people of all lives, all walks, and some people don't make it out of that addiction. And I ask that you join me in praying for the family of Isabella, as today I'm sure we'll be reopening some wounds. Texas has highlighted the fact that fentanyl is a very dangerous drug. With that, the legislation made selling, delivering, and manufacturing fentanyl that results in death a murder because of the higher likelihood of being to cause an overdose. Our CID responded that day, and Detective Chase Hill took over the investigation. The investigation team located many different facets of evidence, one of which was a baggie of suspected narcotics. We've located messages and other electronic evidence that indicated the individual was recently sold narcotics. So the victim had received these narcotics from someone else. We contacted our local DPS, Texas Department of Public Safety. They have a CID division, and we requested their assistance with what's called a drug spectrometer. That drug spectrometer is a device that you can electronically test those narcotics in the field and get a higher result faster of whether or not this is fentanyl. And we got a positive result that day. So from then on, we were working this case as a murder. In these cases, because it's so advanced, it takes time. This is not an easy investigation, and I want to highlight the work of Detective Chase Hill. His commander said that this is simply some of the best police work he's ever seen, because what went from that day until resulting arrest yesterday of the suspect was combing through large amounts of data off of cell phone downloads. So we conducted warrants for cell phones of victim, and we went through this trying to find who could be responsible for this. We utilized technology that we had been able to get, even though we're still a long ways behind in technology. We pushed hard when I first took office to get resources and use resources to help us in investigating things just like this. And through that advanced technology, it's called CellHawk, we were able to go through and find what the messages were at, where things were at, and level things out. The baggie we looked at, we sent to a lab. It's called Bodie Technologies in Virginia. We want to say thank you to them, because we tested for touch DNA on the baggie of suspected narcotics and determined that there was 2 DNA signatures on that baggie, one being the victim's and one being another unknown person. And as we continued to work through the investigation, we were able to find that through the messages and through the probable cause that was developed, that we did have another subject that we tested the DNA on, and that DNA did match to Krystianna Ratcliffe, local resident, is 23 years old. And I am proud to say that she was taken into custody yesterday for murder. And I want to make it very clear to those that operate in the narcotics world that if you're going to sell drugs, if you're going to sell fentanyl, and that results in the murder of someone, than the death of someone, then we're going to find you, and our very best investigators will track you down, and we will put you in the Tom Green County Jail. That's why we started a drug task force. We've been seeing an increase in narcotics. We're working with the Sheriff's Department and DPS and our local federal partners to push back in a unified approach to make sure that narcotics doesn't do just this right here. But if it does happen, I want to guarantee you that our very best police officers will be out there tracking you down to find that. Now, this is contingent on court, and we're not saying that she's guilty. We're saying that probable cause exists for this to occur, and a judge agreed with that. She's currently in jail on a $1 million bond, and we'll walk through the rest of that process of justice as the investigation continues. And I want to say thank you to the District Attorney's Office, our CID leadership, and I can't say enough about the amazing police work that was done in this case. So with that, I will open up to questions.
Do you think you could further link these this death to people who made the drugs or anything like that, or is it just this person? At this time,
you look at culpability, right? And so culpability of who's responsible for a murder. And if we can ever get back to a manufacturing side of things, of course we'll investigate it. But right now, where we're at is with the individual that delivered.
What are the next steps for the case, and is there a bond amount set?
Yes, a $1 million bond is set right now currently on Ms. Ratcliffe. The next process is going to go through, just like any other case, we'll go through a grand jury, and from grand jury into the next step of the judicial side. The prosecutors will continue to look at the case, monitor as they move forward with what options they have.
And you also mentioned an increase in narcotics that you all have been seeing. Is there, I guess, a time period where you might point to, or a statistic that you might be able to point to?
Yeah, I mean, I as the police chief, as a non-affiliated, if you will, like I run on, I'm not a Republican or Democrat when I run, right? I can tell you that it has nothing to do with the party and everything to do with the fact that we had an open border that allowed a large amount of narcotics to be in our community. We are seeing some of the prices go back up, which means that you see that as basic economics, that the supply and demand. So I think that hopefully we can push back with our enforcement, which I really do believe is making a huge difference as a unified approach. So the more that you limit that narcotics in your community, the more that we're going to be making the right steps forward to help our town.
I was wondering, is fentanyl considered, maybe the most dangerous drug on the streets right now?
I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you, any type of controlled substance, right, is dangerous. But you are more likely to overdose on fentanyl, and that's why many states have made that like in Texas, a murder, right? But touching back on what I was talking about with addiction, addiction is one of it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, right? If you find yourself, we're just a couple decisions away in everyone's walk of life of finding yourself in a very different place. And so I just encourage people to encourage those people in their lives that may be struggling with addiction to know that it's dangerous and there's help out there.
So is there more supervision in the community?
More supervision? Can you elaborate on that? You would like more police officers?
Yes.
So we're working, we've highlighted that we have been low in staff, right? And we're working, we've hired, I think, 24 officers in the last year. And we're working to get our numbers all the way up to our total numbers. But even our total numbers are lower. But we're working with city leaders, and we believe wholeheartedly that we'll be able to get those numbers up even higher by this time next year. So we're going to continue to push to get more police officers out there to help enforce and help the community.
The paper you gave us mentions that this bill that was signed into law, how far back does that allow you to go, or is it for cases that are happening now and in the future?
Give that to me one more time, I'm sorry.
The Texas House Bill 6 went into effect.
Yes, sir.
And when that went into effect, does that allow you to go back and
Retroactively? No, you cannot. You cannot do a retroactive. No, sir. That's what I thought you meant, but I wanted to make clear that it is from the date of the law going into effect, right? So, and in that, we've been watching every case we go to that we investigate. We look to see if that has that connection to fentanyl. I want to thank everybody for being here, and it's important to know that the message that we want to put forth is, number one, that of prayerful understanding of the family of Isabella, and know that we're doing everything we can as a department, and really as, I'm going to say, not even as a department, as a law enforcement community right here in San Angelo, to provide the largest amount of opposition to those that choose to deliver, sell, manufacture this poison of any kind, right? Whether that be heroin, methamphetamine, or fentanyl. We will continue to push back on that, and that's my guarantee on that. Thank you guys very much.